What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Little FX back at it again with another banger video. And this video is sponsored by the broker to the left of the side of the screen, Hanko Trade, the only broker that I use currently at the moment. Best spreads, fast withdrawals, best customer service, all of that good stuff, right? So if you're in need for looking for a broker, the link will be in the description and you could definitely take advantage of. And also, like I talked about in my previous live stream, that they have a deposit bonus that they will match 100% of your deposit bonus up to $10,000. So definitely take advantage of Hanko Trade. And like I said, the best broker that I use currently at the moment. So we'll go ahead and get straight into this video where we're going to be going over what we're expecting for the week and a little bit about last week, a couple of trades that we looked at and recalled in the signals chat, right? So let's go ahead and get straight to it, of course. So right now, currently I have pulled up US 30, so we'll start on the weekly time frame as always, because we want to get a bigger picture of what is happening on the overall higher time frames, right? So we can see here on the weekly time frame, we've been having a lot of bearish push, right? So we're having a lot of bearish candles these last few weeks. And then we kind of closed beneath this level of support a couple weeks ago, right? So we had this bearish candle close beneath, then we had a doji. And then the following week, we had this rejection candle that let us know that we are respecting this level of resistance right here on the weekly time frame. So that is an indication that price can potentially continue to go down because we are rejecting at this level, right? So that's what we see on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, pretty much the price is telling us the same story. We have this impulse, we have this correction, we had this continuation, and we broke beneath this level of support, which was the level of resistance that I was just talking about that we are respecting, right? So we had another impulse push, we had a correction, then we kind of respected this level. Finished the week with the bearish candle, letting us know that there are still sellers inside of the market. So we definitely have to pay attention to that, right? So on our 4-hour time frame, pretty much the same concept. If price will load, we can see here that we have rejection, resistance right here, resistance right here. Kind of had to push down, then we had this rejection candle here to end the week, and then we closed beneath this previous 4-hour bullish candle right here with two bearish candles. So that letting us know that price can potentially continue to push down from this area. So that's what I'm being mindful of. Now this is where things start to get a little bit difficult, because as you know, I like to trade patterns. You can see here that this is an inverted head and shoulders, where we have our left shoulder here, our head, and then a potentially right shoulder forming. So depending on how far price pushes down, that will let us know if this inverted head and shoulders is valid or if it gets completely disrespected by breaking these lows. So that's something that we have to keep in the back of our minds going into this week. So I'm going to go ahead and show my annotations. So we can see here price is pretty much telling us the same thing. So to end the week, we had a diverging ascending channel. So I took these small buys here off this level of support, and then I got stopped out at break even once price began to pull back on Friday. So now pretty much what I'm looking for after I began to reassess the market and look at it from an objective standpoint, we can see here that we had this break of structure, which is this line right here, after we broke this previous higher low with this impulse, this correction. So now I'm just looking for price to then continue to open the week, right? But of course, we don't know how long price is going to be sitting at this level of support. So what I'm going to be looking for, and you can see I have this alert here set on this trend line, is a simple break beneath this zone, retest of this trend line / resistance, and then we can carry it down to this level of support here, which is also a previous level of resistance that got broken and will need to get retested before we push up to the upside, if we push up to the upside, right? So what that looks like on the smaller time frames, I have a fib on here that looks like this. Oh, there it goes right there. So like I said, I'll be looking for price to come to the 61.8. We had an 88.6 retracement, so I'm looking for a price to come to this negative 61.8 TP, and then we will need to see what price does from this area, right? But like I said, I'm not taking sales until we have a break beneath this area retest, and then I'll be looking for that. So I have that alert. So if I were you guys, I would go ahead and set that alert and then look for that current price action to start the week. And then once that move plays out, then we can go and reevaluate to see what the move is happening next. Now, Of course, like I tell you guys all the time, if price does not do what we anticipate, and for some reason price begins to respect this structure and begin to form higher low points throughout this area, then we could potentially look to take buys if we have like a trend line break and retest here. So what that'll look like, let me draw that neater for you guys. So if we have something like this break retest, then we could look for buys, but I'm not looking for buys as of the moment. I'm currently looking for sales, so just keep that in mind. We'll pretty much look for this, and if you're in my free Telegram chat, I'll update you guys as the week goes along about these overall moves, because these look pretty good to start the week, right? So that's what we have on US 30. We're overall looking for sales. Now let's go to NAS 100 and let's go to the weekly time frame. For the computer is moving real slow. I don't know if it's because I got these markups on here, or if it's because my Wi-Fi, like y'all was showing my Wi-Fi on the live stream, and I still ain't got no new one, so it's been going a little slow. But here we are on a weekly time frame on NAS 100. We can see here that we've been pushing down a little bit for the last few weeks, and then we also respected this level of resistance right here. So if we look at this from a structure standpoint, we had impulse correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. We broke this most recent higher low with this impulse push down, and price is starting to form this lower high point right here. So that can be indication that price can potentially push down to this next level of resistance on a weekly time frame. However, that is weeks away. It's not something that's going to happen this week. So we just need to keep that in the back of our heads. If you're a swing trader, you probably potentially could swing this to this level of resistance around 13,560 area. If you're a potential swing trader, right? So on our daily time frame, pretty much same concept. We had this this higher low point that got broken. So we had impulse break, lower high form, then we got this continuation, and now we formed another lower high, and it looks like price is potentially pushing down to this area right here again. So that's something that I want to be mindful, because we are forming a series of lower highs and lower lows. So that is the market telling us we are in a downtrend, right? 4 hour time frame, we can see here pretty much telling us the same story. And then as we drop down to the 1 hour, this is where I end up losing a trade last week on the live stream. Well, not the live stream, the live trading session. We took a loss on here. Nothing too major. We kind of got faked out. So even though we had this break of structure, I'm going to show you guys how I lost this trade and the thought process behind it, because I want to be as transparent as possible on my channel. Let you guys know I do lose trades, right? So you can see this buy position right here. Simply what I had initially was I had this trend line right here. I had it like this, and then when I took the buy, it looked like a break and retest of this little, let's make this red, of this red trend line. And on the M5, I took it after the bullish variation pattern. So as soon as this bullish candle closed above this bearish candle, I went ahead and looked for buys, and the price immediately hit the stop loss. But we still had a break of structure, so it still followed my rules. We had an impulse, we had a correction, but we were just trading too much of the minor structure instead of focusing on the current structure that was right there in front of our faces, right? But it happens. So like I said, I want to be transparent as possible and show you guys the reasons, and sometimes that, you know, I do lose trades, and it does come with it, right? So coming into this next week, I want to show you guys pretty much what we were talking about when I was going over my live trading session with my students. Pretty much we had this fib, and then we illustrated that this was the break of structure between this higher low point. So let's go to the 1 hour so you can see it a little clearer. Break of structure, impulse, correction, and then we got this continuation, of course. And then now where we're at inside of the market, we have broken this most recent level of support as well, and we're respecting this. So what I'm looking for the upcoming week, as long as price can maintain these overall lower high points being formed, and we do not surpass this level right here of resistance, I can see price continuing going down to the downside, because of the overall higher time frame structures and the lower time frame structures being in sync, right? So we got lower low, lower high, lower low, looking for another lower high point to be formed. price to pull back into this level of resistance or this level of support right here slash resistance, and then give us our overall continuation. So unlike US30, we don't really have like a trend line to draw, so I just need a little bit more structure to form, and that's why I have this ghost pattern as such. But then overall, I'll be looking for a continuation down to this downside to this next level of support, which is in alignment with this negative 27. Of course, if we break above this trend line here, then we can be looking for buys. But overall, I'm looking for selling opportunities on NASDAQ 100 as well. So that's what I have for NAS. And then overall for gold has been crazy, and I'm not even gonna say I'm mad, but I was in buys and then I completely just like pulled it on minor structure, but not knowing that this was going to fly 1,000 pips in 1 week. Literally, like this 1 week candle is 1,000 pips, bro. Like, look at this, 1,000 pips. That's insane, right? But structure wise, it maintained this level of support, and we kind of talked about that on the last we talked about this actually on the live stream, where we talked about we were at this level of support and I was looking for buys, but the market opened up with a huge gap and never really gave us a retest, right? So the fact that we got this bullish variation on the weekly time frame lets me know that gold is probably going to be flying in the next couple weeks. And plus we have a lot of, economic things that's going on to cause gold to go up, so it just makes sense. So even though we know it's going up long term, that doesn't mean that we just blindly buy. We have to wait on a good position in order for us to take advantage of these moves. So we'll just see what we can get these upcoming weeks to see if we can take advantage of some pullbacks to then catch the continuation of this overall trend. Now on a daily time frame, price pretty much broke this level of support, impulse corrected, and then we got our continuation. We hit our TPs down here based off of this fib structure here. So you can see here we hit this negative 27, so that fib played out. And then on our 4-hour time frame, you can see we just have this huge bullish move, and we never really even had a pullback. So like, this is one of those things where like sometimes you just gotta wait for more structure to get formed, because you don't want to just get in blindly in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's literally no structure points, like besides this high point up here in 1953 and then the support level at 1885. Like, there's no real structure points, so you have to be very mindful of that and be careful in these areas, right? So for our overall projection for the week, on a smaller time frames, we have of course smaller levels of support and resistance. What I'm looking for is this level of resistance right here to potentially be respected, and potentially this red trend line stemming from these 2 points. I want to see price potentially respect this area and finally give us a pullback, right? But since we are so bullish, I'm going to stay away from this until we get more structure to get formed. So what I mean by structure being formed is I want to see price begin to consolidate and give us some actual structure points where we can then look for a break and a retest of structure to then carry it down to this area. If we don't have any structure points being formed, then we don't have any opportunities to potentially take a trade, right? So what I'm looking for, like I said, is for price to respect this area or respect this trend line, even though knowing that price can potentially come up to this level of resistance at 1953 like we just spoke about. But overall minor structure, I'll be seeing how price reacts in these areas, and I have an alert on this trend line. So stay away from gold to start the week, and then once structure gets formed, then we could potentially look to take some counter trend trades on our minor structure, potentially if we get that structure to get formed. So I'm staying away from gold as of the current moment. My main focus is US30 and NAS. If you guys have any questions, feel free to write inside of my free Telegram chat and reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you guys out and give you guys a little bit more of an understanding. And I hope you guys took advantage of the live stream sale, because the price did go up on the course and it will remain that price. So I hope you guys did take advantage, because it was the lowest price that I ever put my course, just so you guys could take advantage of that. So with that being said, like I said, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, and like I said in the beginning of the video, The link to my new broker is in the description. I will also pin the comment as well. And also you can see here, it is on the screen in the right hand corner. This video is promoted by Hanko Trade. So definitely use the link in the description to sign up with them to get the best spreads, to get the overall best customer service experience, and then to get your deposit matched. So like I said, if you want your deposit matched by 100%, so if you deposit $1,000, they will match your $1,000, and then you will have $2,000 in equity. So definitely take advantage of that, and I will see you all in the next video. Hope you guys all have a profitable trading week, and I will see you in the next video.